Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the World Stage Arts Education and Performance Gallery, dedicated to seeking light through sound. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jan Williamson. I'm the Executive Director of 18th Street Art Center, and I want to say a special thank you to the World Stage for hosting this event tonight. They're our dear friends, and we're really pleased to be here in collaboration with the World Stage. 18th Street Art Center is Southern California's largest artist residency program. We've been around for over 30 years. We're a think tank for artists. We host artists from all over the world year-round. And tonight's show is hosted in part or sponsored by the Herb Alpert Foundation. It's a great honor to be presenting the 10th Make Jazz artist, Paul Cornish. He has been with us for the last 3 months making new work. Paul is one of Los Angeles's or one of the top jazz pianists and composers. And this evening, he will be presenting new work that he's made here at 18th Street Art Center. And it's my pleasure to present Paul to you. And Paul, you'll introduce us to your band. Thank you so much.
Hello. Wait, cameras this way? Okay. All right. I'm Paul Cornish. Thank you so much, Jan. It's been a pleasure to be a part of the 10th Make Jazz Fellowship. I had a pleasure to be a part of these before with past fellows where they asked me to be in their bands, and it was always kind of a dream to get to do this on my own, and I'm grateful that the opportunity presented itself this year, and it's been life-changing for me, so thank you to 18th Street. So this project is called Community Music. It's based on the premise of how do you create community in a pandemic, and kind of all the experiences we've all had trying to connect with our families and the people we normally just get to be around and just couldn't. And I'm always curious in general about what is the artist's role in society, and I just thought this presented a unique challenge to figure out how to define that today. And so helping me bring this music to life today, we have John Hatzmia on trombone. We have Lauren Baba on viola. We have Anissa Strings on bass. Malachi Woodson on drums. And me. So this first piece is called One.
Are here to grow themselves into the best good that they can be. At least this is what I want to do, and this is my belief that we are I'm supposed to grow to the best good that I can get to. And as I'm going there, becoming this, and when I become, if I ever become, this will just come out of the horn. So whatever that's gonna be, that's what it will be. I'm not so much interested in trying to say what it's gonna be. I don't know, but I just hope I realize that good can only bring good.
Okay, so that was called 1, and this is aptly named 2. So, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to hear claps in person because, people tell you that they're clapping over the stream, but there's no way to know for sure, confirm. So this is nice. Okay, so the last two pieces were named 1 and 2, and the idea behind this whole series again is called community music, and it's really it derived from this quote by this guy Larry Neal, who led this movement in the 70s called the Black Arts Movement, and it was kind of that movement started in tandem with the Black Power movement. A lot of people, I found out about it when I went to the Smithsonian African American Museum, and I just became fascinated with it. But Larry Neal had this quote that says, we denounce any concept of the artist that alienates him or herself from his or her community. And that always stuck with me, and I knew, once any chance I got to get my own stuff and do something such as this that 18th Street has provided, I wanted to do music that was tied to community, that's music set to inspire the community, to heal the community, and empower the community around me. And so that's why this whole program is called Community Music, and I just wanted to create a set of short pieces in which it represents different parts of the community. And so the first two you heard is all playing together, but the next few pieces you'll hear different subsets of this group. And I kind of wanted to mirror, the way community works. We all come in as individuals, and the thing I learned too that I think was my biggest lesson in pursuing this, creating this music, was that community really starts on the inside of us. It takes a lot of generosity, and in order to be generous, you really have to be open in your own heart, and that's a whole process of finding openness. And I was really upset when I came to that conclusion, because I was like, I don't want to deal with myself. This is really about other people. I want to help other people. But the reality is, you can only really give from what's inside of you. And if you're empty, or if your source is clogged, then you really don't have a lot to give. And that's really the birthplace of community. And I don't want to go too far into that. But anyways, so the first two pieces are called 1 and 2, and you probably guessed this next one is called 5.
Oh, I am grateful to have been loved and to be loved now and to be able to love because that liberates. Love liberates. It doesn't just hold. That's ego. Love liberates.
Thank you. So that was 6, 7, and 8. And again, for those of you just tuning in now, first of all, thank you for being here. I know the Oscars are also on, so you could be watching that, or maybe you're watching both. You can do that now with technology. But so I appreciate anyone that tuned in. This music, once again, is called community music, and it's really music dedicated to the community. And it's very special to be here in Limerick Park in the World Stage, because this is a community that means a lot to me, and it has meant a lot to a lot of people over the years, especially the Black community in Los Angeles. And I'm grateful to actually lead my first show here doing this music. And so the whole premise behind the piece was based on this Larry Neal quote, in which he said, the Black arts movement despises any concept of the artist that alienates him or herself from his or her community. And that's something that's always inspired me, because I believe the artist, or that artist, should be connected to their community and you know, using their resources to uplift their community, and not just be stowed away, creating music into the abyss. Not speaking against anyone who does that. You know, if that's your vibe, you know, do it. Go for it. But I know for me personally, I've always wanted to create music that uplifts people and heals the world around me. And I'm just grateful to be able to present this music. So the first two pieces that you heard were called 1 and 2. And the next piece was called 5. The next 3 pieces, and the last of what you heard, was 6, 7, and 8. And you're probably wondering where all these numbers come from. Why'd you skip some? Doesn't make any sense. And I'd say that's a great point. My intention was to create 21 songs, because 2021, why not? And some of them didn't make the cut. And yeah, you're just gonna have to wait until the 20th anniversary album comes out, and you and you get the alternate takes. So, anyways, so last one's called 8, and this next one is called 10. Thank you. Also, oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Wow. Exactly. That was totally planned. Wow. I think that was a cue. I just need to stop talking. Of course. Comment what your favorite number is in the live stream if you can comment. I don't know if you can comment, but yeah, feel free. Okay, so that was 10, 11, and 12. And once, thank you. Thank you. Also, no pressure to clap. I know what I said before about people faking clapping, but it's, you don't have to. Do what you feel comfortable with. This is John Hatamiya on trombone. Lauren Baba on violin, viola, and pedals. Yes, indeed. Anissa Strings on bass. Malachi Whitson on drums. Super grateful to have everyone playing with me. I was grateful that everyone said yes. And everyone's an amazing leader in their own right. So when you get a chance, go buy their album. Emphasis on buy. Or you could stream it, but if you're gonna stream it, just play it a bunch of times, put it on the repeat sign, just go to sleep. Let it go for a few days. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they can buy some lunch or something. Yeah. I think if you hit 10,000, you can get something at the gas station. So that's another project. Stay tuned for that one. This one is called Community Music, and I'm grateful to have these people that I feel like are part of my community and have been since I've moved here to Los Angeles, and I'm just grateful to be surrounded by such an amazing group of musicians and people overall. So we're gonna keep this going. We have a few more, and this next one is called 13. Thank you.
believed in the plan on paper and just, you know, amongst the team, it always felt like it could work. It was a good plan. And that to be empowered the way we wanted to be empowered, to get to the level that we want to get to, that it was this route. And it seemed like you had to be comfortable being counted out at times, because if you was uncomfortable with that, that would put pressure on you to make decisions that might be premature, might work against you in the long run. That's why I call my whole shit the marathon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I think it was a lot of pressure to like take the elevator or jump on somebody else's back or
Ride somebody else's wave.
you know what I mean?
Right.
That worked for a moment, but the respect is what keep you in the game.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the distinguishing yourself through how you get there, you know, is what people really at the end of the day say that I know his character from demonstration, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that was what was most important. And whatever we could accomplish within that boundary, that's what we wanted. We didn't want nothing else outside of that until we was, you know, in a position to get that on our own and in our own way. And so every time we make a step forward or make progress, it counts for that much more because we know how we got here. We know we kept it pure.
We think about vulnerability as a dark emotion. You know, there are a lot of people who talk about positive emotions, negative emotions, dark emotions, light emotions. We think of vulnerability as a dark emotion. We think of it as the core of fear and shame and grief and disappointment, uncertainty, things that we do not want to feel, right? Things that I don't want to be vulnerable because that means I'm afraid. That means I'm uncertain. That means I'm at risk. I'm exposed. I'm in grief. So what we do is we armor up and we say, I do not want to slip into these dark emotions. I will not let myself be vulnerable. But here's what I learned from the research and certainly put into motion in my own life that was the most life-changing, is that vulnerability is the center of difficult emotion. But it's also the birthplace of every positive emotion that we need in our lives. Love, belonging, joy, empathy. How many of you would agree that we're in a serious empathy deficit in our culture today? Totally, right? No vulnerability, no empathy. In a culture where people are afraid to be vulnerable, you can't have empathy. Your empathy is not a default response. If you share something with me that's difficult, in order for me to be truly empathic, I have to step into what you're feeling. And that's vulnerable. So there can be no empathy without vulnerability.
Okay, this is the last piece. That was called 15. And if you're just now tuning in, you missed a lot of music, but it's fine. Because this stream will be up, and it's no hard feelings at all. You were probably watching the Oscars. I want to thank, again, 18th Street and World Stage for allowing me this platform to present this music. It's been a beautiful 3 months being a part of the Make Jazz Fellowship. And again, this whole process has really allowed me the space like never before to really figure out who I am as a person and as an artist. And it was a lot of difficult moments for me, just kind of figure out who I am, but I'm thankful for the beautiful community that at 18th Street that has a lot of other artists around who directly and indirectly really inspired me with their process. A lot of them were much older artists, and they really had their own thing going, and that was really inspiring to be around to kind of try to figure out what I'm trying to say, and still don't completely know, but that's part of the journey, and I'm grateful to have gotten this far with it, and this has definitely inspired me to keep going and doing the work and figuring out how to create more meaningful music for my community. And if you don't know what I'm talking about because you just tuned in, this whole piece, this whole project is called Community Music, and it's based on this Larry Neal quote that says, the Black arts movement is against any concept of the artist that alienates him or herself from his or her community. And in response to that question, being afforded this opportunity during this time, I was wondering, how do we even define community during this pandemic? And I literally asked people. I think it was beautiful, some of the responses that I got. 60 people responded. I didn't know that many people cared, but it's a beautiful thing. Someone said communication, which is beautiful. Someone said intentionally reaching out and making time for others. Someone said Zoom, that's real. That's very real. Don't forget to unmute yourself. Someone said bringing people together through their shared love of music seems like a perfect way. I agree. Someone said serve your community. I love that. And let's see. Someone said I'm a first responder. For sure. Thank you for your service. Someone said build on common goals. I love that. Someone said love and kindness. I love that. Someone said through art, help others in need. Zoom meetings, be extra kind. By giving anything you can. And what I personally found in trying to figure out this question for myself, it led me back to myself, kind of to my begrudge. It made me deal with, whether or not I am generous, whether or not I'm truly kind in my intention, am I purposeful in trying to reach out to people And I think that is the way in which we create community, especially during a time when we have to be separate. You know, it's really extending that olive branch. At 18th Street, there was this amazing artist named Marcus, and he literally was just like, I don't like being inside by myself. This feels weird. So I'm gonna set up a table outside. I'm set up several tables that are distant, and he created these hangs where all the artists would literally come to the parking lot, and we just sit there and talk. And just because of this one person, Marcus's actions to want to bring everyone together, and a lot of times that's really all it takes. You know, you might be thinking to yourself, well, you know, they never hit me up, and funny enough, that person might be thinking that as well. And so it really takes us being able to go beyond ourselves, and like I said, dealing with our own hearts, and finding the will to be generous and open, and that, I believe, according to my findings, creates community. And I could be wrong, but if this helps someone, or if you have a counter, please feel free to share. This does not end here. I'm really invested in this concept, and determined to live this out and create more art through this channel. But anyways, enough about that. I want to thank again John Hazamiya on trombone. Lauren Baba on violin and viola. Anissa Strings on bass. Malachi Whitton on drums. My name is Paul Cornish. And then this is the last piece. So again, all the pieces were numbered. My original idea was just to create these really short 20 songs. And then some of them didn't make the cut, so there's a lot of skips in it. And this one actually doesn't have a number. So yeah, if that was something that was giving you anxiety through this whole set, I apologize. So here's the song for you. This is called Community Music. And thank you all again.
Here really got to be some kind of nut. I can't use it. Trying to make it real compared to what? Come on now. Come on, Nick. Woo!